So, how are you today, people? Let's talk. This is the world and how I see it. Um, Welcome once again to the world according to Vi. If you stayed with me based on those opinion videos, good job. Good on ya. Backpats to you. Big time. Yeah. This we, I got a commenter the other day, and we talked briefly about a number of things. He commented on my Action Comics review. He didn't stick to the topic, but yeah, it was good to hear from him. Good to hear from my loyal fan base. Yes. Anyway, so this video, I'd like to talk about who exactly we think Mr. Oz is. Mr. Oz being the guy that was featured in these two books. Well, he wasn't really featured in this one. This one, that one, I would also like to talk about who this new Clark is and what they're going to do with him come the 1000th issue. It's coming, people, like a freight train. You feel it? I know you do. Strap in there. It's a coming. Yeah. So, in this one, you find out that Mr. Oz intercepted Doomsday at the very end. Superman had to stop him. Superman had to stop him from destroying. We still don't know where Doomsday came from, but he had to stop him from destroying all of Metropolis. Metropolis, of course, being where Superman lived. Yeah. I don't know how much hand holding they have to do here. So for some reason, Superman Doomsday's back, and we don't know why. I almost said Superman's back, and we don't know why. We know why Superman came back. He's Superman from another Earth. Yeah. Anyway, Superman leads Doomsday away from the city. And then this Mr. Oz guy intercepts Doomsday right as Superman sucks him into the Phantom Zone, presumably killing him. But only he's not dead. Mr. Oz, for some reason, saves him. Who would want to save Doomsday? I don't know. And then in this book right here, you get Lex Luthor found the Clark clone or whatever. I'm gonna say clone Clark. I'm gonna guess. And he wants him to do public media news conference because Luthor now owns the Daily Planet. Luthor owns the Daily Planet and half of Metropolis and now wants to be Superman. Kind of like Donald Trump. Yeah. So, anyway, you find out that this Clark, the Clark on the photo, believes he really is Clark. You find out that he has this memory of of investigating this company, which claims he never investigated it. Never. Not once. But when he does investigate the company, they try to make it look like he killed himself. But he didn't. Superman ends up saving him. And I mean Superman. I like when this happens. This actually happens too. Much like the Batman comic that we briefly talked about, this actually happened. Superman actually saves Clark right as they threw him off the building. I love the little catchphrase, look on the ground. It's a guy. He's kind of plain. Clark Kent. Yeah, love it. So that's what happens in that book. Did I like it? Yeah, I wouldn't actually try to describe it to you guys if I didn't just in some degree enjoy that book. Future Quest, they had two stories. I really enjoyed Future Quest. That's all you get. Pick it up. If you enjoy the old Hanna-Barbera characters, yeah, absolutely pick it up. They kind of explain where I lied. I'm gonna go on it about it a little bit more. They kind of explain where the monsters come from, but not really. If you watch my previous videos, I kind of explain how these monsters kind of look like the Watchmen monster, like some evil scientist built these monsters. Yeah. They kind of explain it, but not really. The thing with Birdman doesn't really happen, but at the same time, it's a good book. Pick it up. Don't let that dissuade you, you know. The second story focuses on the Herculoids. I I didn't. That wasn't the part of the book I enjoyed. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Um. So I would like to talk more about Mr. Oz and find out your general theory. My theory is still that he's a linear man, and that whole leaked statement on Reddit was a complete lie. It was, yes, there's going to be Dr. Manhattan. That's official. But are they definitely going to bring in the comedian Rorschach and all them other guys? I think, although I agree that Rorschach it probably isn't dead. That still hasn't changed. I I think I don't think they're gonna bring him back for 1,000. I agree with the statement that Booster Gold might be a prisoner of Mr. Oz. He might have imprisoned Impulse too. I would like to throw that out there. But to say that Rorschach's a prisoner, I don't I don't know if we're getting him back right quite this soon, because this is the same industry that produced the Clone Saga and dragged the Clone Saga out to its god-forsaken end. Yeah. Um, the Clone Saga, yes, was produced by Marvel, but at the same time, you have to keep in mind that it was still a comic book and it did still make money. And that's all they're looking at. You know? I might review the old Impulse series just to let you know where I think Impulse would be at in present continuity. I think, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a prisoner of Mr. Oz. Um, Wave Rider being a character I would imprison, absolutely might be but I think there might be a clue out there. I don't know. It would depend how far back Mr. Oz has been taking the DC characters. They really haven't said how far back he's gonna go. If you haven't heard, Robin is the first prisoner. Yeah. And that's why I think other characters might be in prison too. I mean, who's just gonna take just Robin? Robin's really not that important. There's been 4 of him. 4! It's, whoops, Robin died. Better get a new one. Oh no! The Joker beat Robin with a crowbar. Whoops, he died. Better get a new one. Yeah. So expect the video on Impulse sometime within the next month. Until then, that's the world and the way I see it. Bob out. This has been The World According to Bob.